there was a guy who I would probably say was like my number one fan called Scott. And
big up Scott.
Do you know what? The guy's got a lovely heart. The guy's got a great heart and he loves me.
But a but's coming here.
And I massively appreciate how much love he shows and how many shows that he comes to.
What's he done?
But guaranteed every show without fail, he gets chinned by a dog. Without any shadow, without the first ever show, I don't know if he did get kicked out. The first ever show, he's from like the Midlands. And the first show he ever came to was Newcastle. And as I walked up to go on the decks, he was like crying his eyes out as if like Justin Bieber had just walked on stage, which I really was like, oh my God, this guy loves me. Like, wow, this is amazing. Like as if I've actually, you know, it was a fair few years ago. It was like the start of me going from like resident into actually like selling tickets and actually like people coming to the shows just for me. And then it got to the point a few shows down the line where, well, one show that I was playing at, I'm literally DJing. The next minute, a bottle of apple Ciroc, him and his brother would always arrive at the club as it opened by a table, a booth, and a bottle of vodka, like the best customers you could ever imagine, until he'd drank half that bottle of vodka.
and then it'd switch.
I was DJing and genuinely this apple Ciroc has flown straight past my head and shattered the screen behind me. And he's there like... I'm like... It was like... I just meant to throw it for you to drink some. Next minute, the bouncers have come over, right? They came to a show in Dartford. His brother, by the way, who would come to all of the shows with him, was always designated driver. And his brother would always be perfectly sensible. He'd drink as much, but he just didn't go wild like this guy. Like, ask anyone that's been to my gigs with me quite a bit. Everyone knows who Scott is. Like, he'd be at that many gigs, like that many shows. Like, he's been to 2 shows in one night before. And got kicked out of both venues. What the? Like, if it wasn't for how...
He's got a problem, though,
if it wasn't for how wild he got. If it wasn't for how wild he went, he'd literally be like the best fan in the world.
Biggest group.
So I remember playing in Dartford, and I've looked over on the dance floor. He's absolutely fucked at this point. Looked over in the dance floor, and he's got his finger stuck in a can of Red Stripe. So I think it must have been his left hand anyway. He's got his finger stuck in this can of Red Stripe, and he's just like dangling this red stripe, like he's trying to pull it off. He's obviously cut his finger, so he's got blood like like coming down one hand, blood all over the hand that obviously the finger's really chopped like into. Dorman's gone over and gone, "Are you okay? Shall we help you?" He's just banged, smashed the bouncer in the face. It's always me. We're just trying to help you. Next minute, 4 more doormen have come in, ragged him out. Danny, tell him to let me in.